I'm Kim Brennan, and I'm from Hasinam Indian Body Art, or winnipeghenna.com, and I'm from Winnipeg, Canada. A lot of people are very surprised about that, but we have a very large and thriving Indian community in Manitoba, and I'm very blessed to be able to do most of the high-end Indian bridal there. I've been doing bridal for about 10 or 12 years. I started when I was 9, but I did leave it alone, and being a teenager and odd was sort of a little bit too much for me, so I didn't get back to it again till about 10 or 12 years ago. And since then, it's been absolutely wonderful as far as a learning experience, a growing experience, and just something that really gives me a lot of pride. It's something that is so wonderful to share with others, both the person that is your client and to share with others as far as learning and just being able to have an art form that's so expressive and brings people so much joy. I've really let it be a very large part of my life. I'm a member of the Manitoba Hindu Association, so I tend to do a lot of work through my community at home, as well as teaching at conventions in California and Providence, Rhode Island. I've taught pretty much in all over the world, India, London, England, and I really have to say I love what I do. And I'm really hoping that you guys can love henna as much as I have, and hopefully you find it at least a little bit as rewarding. You'll find that it's really fun. It's a great way to meet people. And let's face it, it's also a pretty good money maker too if you put in the work that it takes to get pretty good at it. I've been doing it as pretty much daily. This is my full-time job, and it's what I really love. A lot of people say, how did you get started? It was a book of Krishna when I was a kid, and it took me a great many years to really figure it all out. And everybody's been really wonderful as far as supporting me and my art. And it's something that's taken a very large part of my life now. I've written 4 books, and they're all pattern books. Ganesha's Henna Garden, Mendi Masala, and Steampunk Adventure, Gears and Roses. And it's been really rewarding. And the people I've met and the places I've gone have been really such a huge part of my life, and it brought me here to Fabiac and FabaTV, and that in itself is a pretty remarkable thing. The staff, the people, Fabiac for the convention was pretty life-changing for me, and I really hope to see everybody there again this year, because I think I'm going to be going a lot. I really have been so attached to henna as an art form and expression and a connection to the past. A lot of people don't realize that henna has been around for thousands and thousands of years. A lot of people don't realize it's mentioned in the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. I do Sephardic Jewish weddings, I do Indian weddings, I do Arabic weddings. And now that it's become more mainstream and people really understand what henna is and how beautiful it can be, I've been doing a lot of Caucasian weddings as well. So between festivals and the wedding market, if this is something you want to put a lot of time into, there is a clientele there. In some cases, you may have to teach them that they really want this, but once they see it, most people are pretty hooked. I do a lot of temporary tattoos as before somebody gets a real tattoo, and that could be another market for you as well. Inspiration can be anywhere. When you're talking about your traditional henna, inspiration for textiles, inspiration is in suits, in jewelry. When you're talking about more modern contemporary stuff, tattoo work, a tattoo magazine can be just as important as a textile book as far as getting your inspiration for henna. And the designs are everywhere. All you have to do is look. I can honestly say that I've taken pictures of people's shirts. I usually ask permission. That would be nice. Most people would appreciate that. But textiles, books, tattoo magazines, fantasy magazines, of course, Indian clothing, Arabic clothing, tile work is a big one. Masonry work is also a great place to find some inspiration. Even walking through casinos in Las Vegas, I've taken pictures of the rugs because they're pretty busy, and some of them have some pretty amazing designs in them. And of course, the designs are worldwide, so a textile from anywhere in the world can be an inspiration for you. It's just, the inspiration is everywhere, and because there's every single type of henna. There's your tattoo-based stuff, there's your festival work, there's your classic, and it's the inspiration comes from everywhere. I'm inspired by everything. Face painters will have to definitely practice, and everybody has to practice. With henna, there's not as many, it's not as forgiving as face paint. I love face paint because of the freedom you have. Henna can be very freeing and meditating as well, but you do have to be a little bit more precise. So there's definitely going to be some practice and a learning curve. But once you really get that learning curve in, between the inspiration and the calming and the being very involved in your artwork and your client, you'll find it very, very freeing. My advice would be practice. Don't let it get you down. Don't be disappointed in your first ones. Keep at it and it will come. If you can draw even a little bit, you can do henna, at least the basic. It's like everybody can do the basics with a little bit of practice. So henna really is for everybody. It might take a little while before you can actually get out there and charge, and you know, bridal is something I love. It's not for everybody, and it doesn't make you less of an artist just because you don't do bridal. You might stick to the flowers and dragons, and that's perfectly okay, and you'll still be spreading a lot of joy to the people that you're giving this service to. You'll find that it's actually really cost effective as well, because a box of henna is relatively cheap, and one big good box of Jamila henna can actually do about 300 or more small tattoos. So when you put that together with a little bit of table sugar and some lemon juice and some good quality essential oils, the bang for the buck is definitely there, and it takes next to no storage for you to take it to a gig where you have your face painting, and then you can offer henna on the side for those that want it. It's a small investment with a really large reward, especially once you start getting a regular clientele involved. Per piece, the cost effectiveness is definitely there.